Hey guys, so today I want to do a little review in English. So it's my first time making a review in English, and I decided to make this review about a scary movie. This scary movie is Sinister. If you guys haven't watched the movie, you probably want to skip a little parts of this video because it may contain spoilers, and I know this video was made even after the movie was released, so you probably have already seen the movie and you're probably not gonna watch this video. Who cares? Let's get down to it. So, shall we? Okay, this movie is starring Ethan Hawke, Juliet Rylance, and James Ransom. Um, yeah, so this movie starts a little bit dark. It all begins with this family being hung by a tree in a tree, and you cannot see who is the person that's executing this family, but you'll see later who that person is. So, okay, what happens in this movie? Okay, what happens in this movie is that this dude, Ethan Hawke, who is Ellison in this film, he decides to move to the same house where this family was murdered because he's planning to write a book about the thing that happened in that house, expecting that maybe he will show some justice to this family. So, they move into this house. His wife is like, Jolene, you made us move to the exact same place where the incident happened, and he's like, no. So obviously he did. He just wants to hide it. And later things started going on. He goes to Ellison goes to this basement or whatever it is, and he finds a tape recorder, and he decides to see some of the movies that they were recorded. So he just plays every single one of the movies, and they have names like Barbecue Day or like Lawn Machine Day, things like that. So he plays this movies, and he starts seeing people dying, being killed in so many freaking ways, but always one of those family members survives and he disappears. It's always the youngest son. So this guy has two, you know, two children. He has his older son and he has his younger daughter. What the hell's going on with me? Okay. Anyways, this dude decided to watch these videos and start, learning a little bit more of what is happening, and he sees Mr. Boogie, which is a monster or a demon in that place, and he just gets paralyzed when he sees it, and he starts watching that person or that monster demon in the house, and he starts watching these really creepy demonic symbols. And seriously, one of those freaking symbols looked like a vagina. I thought it was a vagina. My friend and we were watching the movie, and we were like, really into the movie and everything, and then all of a sudden, this this symbol appears, and we're like, what the hell? And I was like, oh my god, is that a vagina? We started, laughing about everything that happened in that moment. I'm such a dumbass. Okay, after that, this dude decides to team up with a sheriff, which is really obsessed with him. He loves his books and everything. This sheriff is portrayed by James Ransom. He's kind of like the sheriff. Well, they began talking and everything, and then they found out that the family that were killed in that moment were, I don't know, the barbecue kid killed his parents. Yeah, that's a spoiler. I'm so sorry. Spoiler alert. The youngest of the family is the one that kills everyone. Okay, so the little kid kills his family in a car by burning it. Then another kid moved to the house where that family lived. Then they moved to another house, and this kid drowns his family. Then another family decides to move to the same house where this family was drowned, and they decide to move to another house because they start experiencing weird stuff, and then the little girl decides to kill her family by just laughing their faces off. And the chains goes on and on. So this dude starts feeling that things are going pretty bad, and he decides to move with his family to another house. So you're like, okay, this is finally over. We're already here in a new house. They lived in a freaking mansion, dude. If I lived in a mansion, I wouldn't move to a shitty house in the front of the river just to see a family get killed. Anyways, they move to this freaking mansion, and then the daughter poisons her dad, and she shows his dad all the videos of the kids killing their families. But now he sees that the kids are the ones killing their family, and not they're being hung or drowned by some weird spirit. And I don't know, there's a lot of scenes with huge, scary things. There are a lot of pop-ups in this movie. And I'm gonna tell you about one pop-up. The Laughing Machine pop-up. That freaking pop-up made me jump out of my freaking seat. I was watching the freaking movie with my friend, and all of a sudden we see this long machine just moving around, and everything is dark except for the little light that is lighting up the laughing machine. And then the light turns into a face, and you can just see how the laughing machine covers that face, and you hear a freaking screaming, and they cut the scene. I was paralyzed. I just looked away, and I didn't want to see that freaking scene ever again. It was so freaking scary, but of course I watched it again, because I'm a total dumbass. After watching that pop-up, I was expecting more pop-ups, and there was this one that they seriously shouldn't have done that. Seriously, this pop-up was awful. This dude was on the basement. He was looking for something, and all of a sudden the little kids that killed the family appeared, just staring at him like, shh. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And this kid looked like zombies. And then you see the canyon of the tape recorder showing Mr. Boogie, which is the bad guy played by Nicolas King, which is an actor that I haven't heard before. So, well, this dude appears, and he's like, oh my god. And then, obviously, if you see the guy staring at him, obviously you're gonna say, okay, this guy's gonna scare the crap out of me. So, wait for it, and then he appears in front of the camera. So, seriously, you don't get scared because you already see it coming. But, you know what would have been great? It would have been better if this dude was staring at the tape recorder, and then all of a sudden he sees Mr. Boogie on the screen, and he would be like, who's that guy in the screen? And then he comes out of the screen. Not like in the ring, he comes literally, like if he was just standing there and he thought it was from the movie, but no, he was standing in the same house at the same moment. That would have been scary. Anyways, so I'm gonna rate this movie. The soundtrack of this movie was freaking amazing. It was so freaking scary. I hated it, but at the same time I loved it. It is filled with sounds like, then with a lot of screaming and shouting, and with a lot of weird sounds, like if they were murdering somebody, but those freaking sounds, the sound effect, the soundtrack is just perfect for this film. It's perfect for a scary film. So if you want to make a scary film, check that out. It's real good. Okay, so now the soundtrack was good. The acting was really good. I was kind of convinced by it. I mean, the sheriff is a dumbass, just like me. The sheriff is a dumbass. The main character is smart, but at the same time he's stupid. The wife is very naive, and both of the children are very, very non-proper for this movie. But they were really good. They all played it fine, and the kids had this some sort of seizures at sometimes in his nightmares, so they're really weird. But yeah, the acting was great. I loved the movie, so yeah, I'm gonna give it 5 stars out of 5. And please rate, subscribe, comment, like this video, share it with your friends, just everything you can do to make this channel grow. So thank you for watching, guys.